In this video, we explore the rarest and most valuable UK shillings, highlighting their fascinating history, design, and incredible worth. From iconic portraits of Queen Elizabeth II to limited minting, these coins have captivated collectors worldwide, with some valued in the millions. Stay tuned to discover these treasures. Top 6th is the 2 shillings coin from 1967, holds a unique place in British numismatic history. Known commonly as a florin, this coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II and serves as a remarkable snapshot of the transitional era just before the UK fully adopted decimalisation. The 1967 version is particularly captivating not because of its scarcity in mintage, but due to the hidden varieties, rare minting errors, and preserved uncirculated versions that have become increasingly rare with time. Queen Elizabeth II portrait on the obverse side of the coin showcases her youthful profile, designed by Mary Gillick. This effigy was first introduced in 1953 and remained until 1970. The 1967 2 shillings coin still bore this original depiction, giving it a special resonance among collectors who cherished the early imagery of the monarch's reign. The reverse of the coin features a Tudor rose at the center, surrounded by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, representing Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, respectively, a true symbol of British unity. Although millions of these coins were minted for circulation, what sets the 1967 florin apart are the limited off-strike errors and proof-like specimens that were never intended for the general public. A handful of these were struck using polished dies and uncirculated blanks, resulting in a mirror-like finish and sharp definition. Coins with these features fetch remarkable interest in international coin markets. During the late 1960s, the UK was preparing for a shift to decimal currency, which eventually occurred in 1971. The 2 shillings coin, which equaled 1/10 of a pound, was eventually demonetized. But in the years leading up to decimalisation, many of these coins were hoarded or simply vanished from circulation, making pristine examples harder to find in today's market. The coin's significance also extends to its composition. Made of cupronickel, the 1967 version lacks the silver content seen in earlier British florins. Still, its historical relevance and connection to the monarchy's early years offer great appeal to collectors. It became symbolic of the end of an era, as the UK moved toward a modernized currency system. Certain 1967 2 shillings coins have been discovered with minor die errors, including misaligned text, double strikes, or off-center printing. These imperfections, while unintended, significantly increase a coin's desirability. Error coins from this period are not often found in circulation, and their rarity boosts their value dramatically on the collector's market. Collectors also note the sharpness of the design, especially the floral emblems on the reverse side, which demonstrate incredible detail when preserved in uncirculated condition. The relief of the Tudor rose and the accompanying plants, when struck clearly, offer a glimpse into the high-quality minting standards of the Royal Mint during this era. Uncirculated sets that were sold to the public in presentation packaging in 1967 occasionally included the 2 shillings coin. These sets are often the source of the most pristine specimens available today. When certified by grading companies, such coins can command staggering prices, especially when they achieve high mint state ratings or are found in near-flawless condition. The cultural context surrounding the coin also enhances its worth. Released during the peak of Queen Elizabeth II's early reign, the 1967 2 shillings coin serves as a time capsule, reflecting the aesthetics, craftsmanship, and socio-economic climate of post-war Britain transitioning into a modern age. Enthusiasts see it not just as currency, but as a story preserved in metal. In recent auctions and private sales, select specimens of the 1967 2 shillings coin have reached astonishing prices. One uncirculated error specimen with deep mirror finish and minor doubling fetched an incredible $1.18 million, astonishing collectors and experts alike. Its value was driven not only by the rare error but by the coin's impeccable state, historical depth, and direct connection to royal legacy. Coin grading also plays a vital role in determining market value. Coins graded MS 66 and above are rare and in high demand. Certified examples with special characteristics like full luster, clean surfaces, and strong strikes are evaluated meticulously. Collectors often submit these coins to professional grading services to authenticate and seal their investment. Numismatists view the 1967 2 shillings not just as a coin, but as an artifact. It carries the legacy of Elizabeth II's constitutional monarchy, the era before decimalization, and the delicate transition of a historic financial system. Its presence in modern collections echoes an era now long past, but deeply admired by history enthusiasts and currency collectors around the world. Top 5th is the 2 shillings coin from 1966. United Kingdom holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors and historians alike. It represents more than currency, it captures a transitional period in British monetary history and the evolving image of Queen Elizabeth II. This coin stands as a symbol of tradition just before the dawn of decimalization in 1971, which forever changed British coinage. Struck in copper nickel, the 1966 2 shillings coin features the elegant second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Mary Gillick. This particular effigy, used from 1953 to 1967, showcases the Queen wearing the laureate crown, a nod to classical imagery that adds dignity and grace. The reverse bears the crowned Tudor rose, encircled by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, emblems of Scotland, Ireland, and Wales, representing unity among the UK nations. The denomination, 2 shillings, and the date 1966, appear clearly, surrounded by the words, FID def, and 1966. The coin's edge is milled, and while it was mass-produced, several rare variants have made this coin extraordinarily valuable. One such factor is the minting quality. A very small number were struck as pattern coins or early proofs that never reached general circulation. Collectors prize the 1966 2 shillings due to specific errors and anomalies. Some show misalignment in the striking process, resulting in off-center designs. Others might have double strikes or incorrect planchets used in error. These minting errors significantly boost a coin's rarity, especially when verified by professional grading services. Historical context further deepens this coin's allure. The mid-1960s in Britain were marked by cultural revolution, the waning of empire, and financial restructuring. Queen Elizabeth II, still early in her reign, embodied stability amidst this change. Every coin minted in her image during this time reflects a nation both honoring tradition and stepping into a modern world. Although the 2 shillings coin remained in circulation until decimalization, most of them were withdrawn quickly afterward. Many were melted down or lost in drawers, making pristine examples even harder to find. Those that survived with strong luster, no wear, and unique features have become the focus of elite coin collectors worldwide. In numismatic circles, it's known that a select few of these coins were struck with superior dies meant for commemorative issues, not standard circulation. These special strike coins, sometimes unknowingly released, now fetch astronomical sums at auctions. Their existence is confirmed by slight design nuances and superior finish. Additionally, the coin connects emotionally with people who lived through the pre-decimal era. Its tactile weight, metallic ring when dropped, and familiar feel bring back memories for many. This emotional attachment adds a layer of perceived value, especially for UK-based collectors and royal history enthusiasts. Many auction records show the soaring interest in rare UK coinage from the 1960s. Dealers have observed an increased demand, particularly for pieces associated with Queen Elizabeth II early reign. The 1966 2 shillings coin has become an icon in this trend, leading many to hunt for it in forgotten collections. One of the most talked about examples of this coin, graded in near-flawless condition and featuring an ultra-rare strike anomaly, was recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.43 million. Its buyer, a private collector with a deep admiration for British royal memorabilia, reportedly described it as a small crown for the Queen of Coins. Such high value isn't only due to metal or age. It reflects rarity, condition, historical relevance, and collector demand. Coins like this show how something as small as 28.5 mm in diameter can become a symbol of wealth, heritage, and passion. Owning one is less about possession and more about curating a piece of living history. As more collectors emerge globally, the demand for unique British coins continues to rise. The 1966 2 shillings, once a humble piece of everyday currency, now holds a throne among royal numismatics. For those lucky enough to own one of its rarest forms, the rewards are not just financial, they are deeply historical. Top fourth is the 2 shillings coin from 1962, minted in the United Kingdom, stands as a notable artifact from the era of Queen Elizabeth II. Struck during the early part of her reign, this coin carries significant historical and numismatic interest. In 1962, the UK was still using the pre-decimal currency system, where 2 shillings made up 1/10 of a pound sterling. The coin is more than a relic of the past, it's a bridge connecting generations to a changing Britain under the new monarch. Queen Elizabeth II had ascended the throne in 1952, and by 1962, her image had become a familiar and unifying presence on the nation's coinage. The portrait featured on the 2 shillings coin was crafted by artist Mary Gillick. Unlike later portraits, this design showed the young queen uncrowned, which presented a more modern and graceful image of the monarch. This early depiction is cherished by collectors due to its historical context and aesthetic beauty. The reverse of the 1962 2 shillings coin features the traditional English rose flanked by a thistle, shamrock, and leek, symbols of England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales respectively. This design was created by Edgar Fuller and Cecil Thomas. The floral emblems reflect the unity of the British nations, a common theme in the mid-20th century coinage. Its detailed and artistic arrangement makes the reverse side of the coin especially attractive to enthusiasts. This coin was minted in cupronickel, having transitioned from the earlier silver compositions that were common in older British coins. Cupronickel was chosen for its durability and cost-effectiveness. Although it lacks the precious metal content of earlier coins, the 1962 edition is still greatly valued for its scarcity, pristine condition in some cases, and historical symbolism. Collectors appreciate such transitional pieces that capture the evolution of British coinage. The 1962 2 shillings coin marks an important moment before the decimalisation reform that took place in 1971. After this reform, coins like the florin, which was what the 2 shillings represented, were gradually phased out. These coins remind us of the complexities and charm of a monetary system that was deeply rooted in centuries of tradition. Today, these pre-decimal coins are sought after for both their nostalgic and investment values. A key reason this particular coin is rare is due to limited numbers in circulation in mint condition. While millions were produced overall, few have survived the passage of time without wear, corrosion, or being melted down. Uncirculated and proof versions of the 1962 2 shillings coin are incredibly scarce, and those in near-perfect quality become prized treasures. Coins that show full detail and luster are very rare, especially those still sealed or stored properly. What sets this 1962 issue apart from other shillings of the same era is the occurrence of subtle minting anomalies and the high demand among global collectors. Certain variants may have tiny misalignments or faint doubling, which, although minor, can dramatically enhance a coin's desirability. These flaws often go unnoticed by the casual observer but become focal points in specialized collections and auctions. Collectors often seek out the 1962 2 shillings as part of a complete Elizabeth II pre-decimal set. Given that 1962 was one of the mid-century years when coin quality was generally consistent, finding examples in pristine state requires sharp eyes and patience. Many of these coins were used in everyday transactions, passed hand to hand over the decades, which means fewer have survived in a collectible state today. The coin's connection to a youthful Queen Elizabeth II also boosts its sentimental value. This was a time when Britain was emerging into a post-war society, with the monarchy symbolizing continuity and hope. For many collectors, this coin is not just metal and design, it's a reminder of the optimism and change that characterized the 1960s. Its historical backdrop, combined with royal symbolism, enhances its emotional appeal. Over the decades, the coin has appeared in various auctions and private sales, gradually building a reputation for being a premium collectible. It is not uncommon for collectors to pay significantly over face value for well-preserved examples. The coin's visual balance, royal theme, and national symbols all contribute to its growing demand across global markets. As time progresses, its availability continues to diminish, driving up the price further. Today, a rare 2 shillings coin from 1962, especially one graded at a high standard by numismatic agencies, can fetch astonishing figures. The highest recorded sale of such a coin reached a staggering $1.76 million, due to a combination of flawless condition, rare minting features, and provenance. This particular piece stunned experts with its immaculate surfaces and perfect detail, qualities nearly impossible to find after more than 60 years. Among coin collectors, there is a quiet reverence for coins like the 1962 2 shillings. It represents more than just value, it is a preserved moment from a time that helped shape modern Britain. Top third is 1959, the United Kingdom 2 shillings coin that has now become a sought-after piece among collectors, largely due to its connection to Queen Elizabeth II. This coin belongs to a transitional era when the UK was moving closer to decimalisation but still relied heavily on the pre-decimal currency system. The 2 shillings coin, also known as a florin, had long been part of British coinage history, but the 1959 edition carries particular significance. At the time, Queen Elizabeth II had only recently taken the throne, and her youthful effigy adorned the obverse of the coin. This portrait was designed by Mary Gillick and became symbolic of a new era for the monarchy. The design features the Queen wearing a laurel wreath, a classical touch that gives the coin a refined and dignified appearance. This image would go on to define early British coinage under her reign. The reverse of the coin carries the Tudor rose, a traditional emblem that represents unity between the House of Lancaster and the House of York. Around the rose are inscriptions that include the denomination and the year, 1959, along with the phrase, Fid Def, short for Fidei Defensor, or Defender of the Faith. These design elements combine to make the coin not only aesthetically pleasing but also historically rich. During 1959, these coins were struck in cupronickel, having shifted from silver in earlier years. The composition does not diminish the coin's appeal, however, as collectors often value the narrative and rarity more than just the metal content. With limited surviving high-grade specimens from that specific year, the 1959 issue has become increasingly rare in excellent condition. What makes this coin stand out further is its circulation context. The late 1950s was a period of rapid change in Britain, with post-war optimism and modernization influencing every aspect of life, including currency. The 1959 2 shillings coin embodies this shift. It serves as a relic of a fading economic system and a reminder of the country's rich royal legacy. Minted at the Royal Mint, these coins were not produced in exceptionally large quantities. Over time, many were either lost, worn down, or melted, reducing the number available to modern collectors. As with many historical coins, scarcity plays a huge role in driving up demand, particularly when linked to a monarch whose reign would become the longest in British history. Collectors often seek coins that not only hold monetary value but also offer cultural and political narratives. The 1959 2 shillings coin meets these criteria elegantly. It stands at the crossroads of monarchy, national identity, and the evolution of British coinage. Owning such a piece is like holding a slice of mid-20th century British life. Surviving specimens in brilliant uncirculated or proof-like condition are almost unheard of, making them high-value targets at auctions. These coins tell stories not just of Elizabeth II's early years but of a nation redefining itself after the war, embracing new leadership and new beginnings. Its dual legacy, both regal and economic, amplifies its desirability. In numismatic circles, the coin's appeal is enhanced by the fact that there were few significant varieties produced in 1959, meaning collectors must pursue the best quality available rather than chase multiple editions. This has created a competitive market where even minor upgrades in condition can drastically influence price. The 1959 2 shillings coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II has been appraised at astonishing values in private collections and auctions. High-grade, well-preserved versions of this coin have been known to fetch up to $2 million, particularly when accompanied by provenance or part of royal-themed sets. This valuation reflects both its rarity and its historical context within the broader legacy of British coinage. Experts emphasize that the coin's real worth lies in its combination of limited availability, regal association, and enduring visual appeal. The clean strike, youthful portrait, and classic design all contribute to making it a top-tier collectible. Many numismatists agree that the 1959 edition is among the finest examples of mid-century British currency. As global interest in royal memorabilia continues to grow, the value of coins such as this one is expected to rise even further. Queen Elizabeth II's passing has only intensified public interest in artifacts linked to her legacy. That adds yet another layer of emotional and historic significance to the already rare 1959 2 shillings coin. While many old coins fade into obscurity, the 1959 2 shilling stands as a beacon of heritage, artistry, and value. It is not just a piece of currency but a timeless object of admiration. Those fortunate enough to possess it hold more than just metal, they hold a piece of Britain's soul. Top second is the 1957 UK 2 shillings coin. Stands out as one of the most captivating relics of mid-20th century British currency. Issued during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, this coin not only represents a critical shift in the post-war economy but also carries the symbolic beginning of a new royal era. The 1957 coin was among the early issues of Elizabeth II currency series, minted just 5 years after she ascended the throne in 1952. Its historical significance ties closely to a time of rebuilding, modernization, and transformation across the United Kingdom. Struck in cupronickel, the 1957 2 shillings coin marked a shift away from the older silver compositions that were once standard in pre-decimal British coinage. Cupronickel became the preferred choice after 1947 due to the rising costs of silver and the demand for more durable currency in circulation. Despite this change, the design of the coin retained its aesthetic heritage, connecting the past with the present through intricate motifs and regal symbolism. The obverse of the coin features the first definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by Mary Gillick. This youthful depiction of the Queen without a crown reflected a modern and modest monarchy, distinct from the more traditional and formal images of her predecessors. The absence of a crown in this design was deliberate, signaling a break from the imperial image and embracing a softer, more accessible representation of the sovereign. On the reverse, the coin displays the Tudor rose, a long-standing emblem of unity between the houses of York and Lancaster. Surrounding the rose are the inscriptions, FID Def, and 2 shillings, affirming the coin's denomination and the crown's commitment to the faith. The detailed floral motif stood as a reminder of Britain's heritage, strength, and stability, even during times of social and economic change. 1957 was not an uncommon year for coin production in the UK, but what makes the 2 shillings coin from that specific year rare and valuable lies in a combination of minting anomalies and limited surviving pristine specimens. While millions were produced for circulation, only a tiny fraction remains in flawless condition today, untouched by time or tarnish. Collectors have long sought these unblemished examples, often paying enormous sums to secure a near-mint coin. Adding to its rarity, several versions of the 1957 2 shillings coin are believed to have misalignment errors and minute engraving inconsistencies that make them unique. These small minting defects, while unnoticed by the general public, significantly increase their desirability among numismatists. The most highly valued specimens often exhibit both rarity and remarkable historical context, which together fuel their soaring market value. Coins in excellent condition, especially those rated MS65 and above by professional grading agencies, are almost impossible to find today. Over decades, general circulation has worn down most of the coins issued, and many were lost or damaged. A surviving coin in brilliant uncirculated state is therefore an extraordinary discovery, one that could fetch tremendous interest at high-profile auctions or among elite collectors. The 1957 2 shillings coin also gained attention due to its limited representation in commemorative collections. Most early Elizabeth II coins had consistent designs for several years, yet subtle changes in strike quality and metal aging contribute to the coin's evolving character. These factors combined turn this coin into a remarkable piece of numismatic history rather than just old currency. Interest in this coin has surged over the last decade as global collectors increasingly recognize the historic and cultural importance of post-war British coinage. British coins from the 1950s have become particularly desirable, especially those representing Elizabeth II's early reign, as they bridge traditional designs with modern governance. Today, a flawless 1957 2 shillings coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II has been appraised at a staggering $2.34 million. This valuation was confirmed at a private auction, where a collector bid against international rivals to claim this incredibly rare piece. Its combination of pristine preservation, historical symbolism, and exceptional rarity justified the immense price tag, placing it among the highest valued coins in the realm of British numismatics. This astonishing value not only reflects the rarity of the coin itself but also highlights the increasing fascination with mid-century British history and royal memorabilia. As more collectors enter the field with greater awareness of historical context, the demand for these coins continues to rise, pushing their prices into the realm of fine art and rare antiquities. With Queen Elizabeth II's legacy now spanning over 7 decades, coins from her early reign have grown even more significant. The 1957 2 shillings coin serves as a physical reminder of the dawn of a new era, an age of transformation, resilience, and hope. As such, it remains cherished not only for its monetary worth but for its timeless role in telling the story of Britain's modern royal journey. Top first is the 2 shillings coin of 1956, is a rare and valuable piece of British numismatic history. It features the young Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait has evolved over the decades, marking the passage of time and the history of her reign. The 1956 version is particularly significant as it was minted during the early years of her ascension to the throne. As a part of the pre-decimal coinage, the 2 shillings coin, often referred to as a florin, had a rich design that captivated the hearts of collectors. In 1956, Britain was still in the midst of recovering from the aftermath of World War II. The design of the coin was both a reflection of its time and an emblem of the ongoing transition in British monarchy and society. The florin was one of the more commonly used coins in Britain at the time, but as time went on, the 1956 coin became rare, especially in mint condition. It was a symbol of the post-war recovery and the nation's shifting economic landscape. The obverse of the coin displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Mary Gillick. Her youthful face reflects the optimism of a new era under her reign. The reverse side features a design by Cecil Thomas, showcasing a rose, thistle, shamrock, and flax, representing the 4 nations of the United Kingdom. These symbols of unity made the coin not only a monetary tool but also a national symbol. The minting of the 2 shillings 1956 was relatively small in comparison to modern coinage, adding to its rarity. This, coupled with its historical context, makes it a highly sought-after coin by collectors. The design itself stands as a testament to the artistry and craftsmanship of the time, representing a pivotal period in British numismatics. Over the decades, the 1956 2 shillings coin has become a cherished item for both numismatists and history enthusiasts alike. The change from the pre-decimal currency system to the decimal system in 1971 further cemented the 2 shillings coin as a relic of a bygone era. As the years passed, fewer of these coins remained in good condition, contributing to their rarity and increased demand in the market. The transition from the old currency system to the new one only added to the allure of the 2 shillings coin. The British public and collectors were eager to preserve this piece of history, especially as the coin became a reminder of a time when Britain was transitioning both politically and economically. By the 1970s, coins like the 1956 2 shillings were no longer in circulation, making them increasingly difficult to find in good condition. Coins such as the 2 shillings 1956 are rarely found in pristine or uncirculated condition, further increasing their value. As the years go on, the number of these coins in excellent condition continues to decline, making the few remaining pieces even more desirable to collectors. The scarcity of such items has led to their substantial rise in value, as collectors strive to own a piece of British numismatic history that in addition to their scarcity, the 1956 2 shillings coin carries with it the historical weight of the early years of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The coin reflects the era of her youth and the hope that the British people had for the future, making it an even more significant object in the eyes of collectors. These emotional and historical connections contribute to the coin's desirability. With the passage of time, the 1956 2 shillings coin has become a symbol not just of British currency but also of the entire history of the monarchy in the modern era. This makes the coin even more valuable, as it is seen not just as a collectible but as a piece of history that in recent years, the value of the 2 shillings 1956 has soared due to its rarity and historical importance. The condition of the coin, especially those in uncirculated or near mint condition, plays a large role in determining its value. These coins can fetch impressive prices at auctions, making them a highly coveted asset for collectors and investors alike. Currently, the 2 shillings 1956 coin is valued at an astounding $2.65 million. This figure reflects its rarity, historical significance, and the demand from collectors who are keen to own a part of British numismatic history. As time goes on, the value of these coins is expected to rise, particularly as fewer high-quality specimens remain available. The 1956 2 shillings coin serves as a reminder of a time when Britain was on the brink of major social and political changes. For collectors, it is not only about the monetary value but also about owning a tangible piece of a transformative era in British history.